Hey everybody, this is Steve at Web2ink. In this video we're going to take a look at how you control your pricing on your Web2ink website. There's quite a bit to this, so I might break this up into a couple of videos, but we'll just see how it goes. I'm going to talk about three main types of pricing. The first one is going to be apparel pricing. The second one is going to be pricing for large format products. And then the last one's going to be pricing for business cards and, traditional paper type of products. So let's dive right into it, and we'll start with the apparel pricing. I'm on one of our sample websites here, so I'm just going to show you what I'm talking about real quick. Fly that menu out, and we'll click on men's tees. We'll open the Ultra Cotton t-shirt. So we're not going to look at this really in the design tool today. I'm more so worried about showing you how to control the pricing. With apparel pricing, there's two main aspects to the price. You have your product base price, which is the price for your blank shirt, and then on top of that, you're going to have your printing process prices. So we're on the Gildan t-shirt here. I'm just going to hit get a price, and right here you can see we've got a quantity of 12, which I cannot go below. And then we've got the colors, and then we've got some special features here like inside neck tags and individually bagged. I'm going to show you how to set up these variables and how to price them accordingly. Right here, this particular process is available in DTG or screen print. So I'm going to show you how both of those work. And then right here is just the specifications for how your design is going to be printed. So right now we have it selected as DTG. As most of you know, that's a full color digital printing process. So if we were to switch this to screen print, you can see that this dynamically changed to allow you to enter the number of colors. So we're going to go over how to control all of that from the product base prices to the actual printing charges. So let's jump over to the admin and take a look. Let's go ahead and start with the product base prices. So most of the time you're probably going to be importing your products from our server. So I'm going to go to the product page here, and I'm going to choose that same product that we were just looking at. Let's see here. There we go, the Ultra Cotton t-shirt. I'm going to click on Edit. So this is your product page for this particular product. This is where you're going to control the base price of your product. Now when you import a product, you can automatically tell the system to mark up what I'm importing by a certain percentage. So with that said, I'll just kind of flow through how you can adjust things. Let me move a couple things around here so this is a little bit easier to manage. We'll close that for now. And let's close this and put it above that. Let's see here. Excuse me. Okay, so right here we have imported the product. And right here is where you're going to set your base price. This is the imported price of a Gildan t-shirt in white. So as a lot of you probably know, this shirt in white is usually about $2. So I have elected to have a markup on this blank product, and our system has already marked it up the percentage that I want. But you have complete control right here over your pricing. So real quick, I'm going to show you the other charges. These are the size up charges. So you can see 2XL through 5XL, there's an increase in cost per shirt. All of this data will automatically be imported, so you're not going to have to look this up and type it in. And it's the same exact way with all of the shirt colors. So you have your price difference here from white to the corresponding color. So this shirt in lime costs 33 more cents than this shirt in white. So you can see here that there's no upcharge on the white. So let's jump back to this base price right quick. Right here, the quantity you put in here is going to determine the minimum order. So if I were to put in a 1 here, now your users are going to be allowed to order they're going to be able to order one of these shirts custom printed. So based on your printing process and the amount of work that goes into it, you're going to want to think about what you want your minimums to be. In this case, I'm going to leave this at 12, and I'm going to set this product to only be available with the screen printing process. So I'm going to scroll back down here. If I want price breaks on just the blank cost of the item, it's very easy to do. You can just simply click Add Row and put in your price breaks here. So I'm going to go 24, 48, 72. We'll do 144, 288, 576, and 1,000. So we'll just put in all these prices. And I'm just making these up as I go. This has nothing to do with the actual cost of this garment. So once you put your price breaks in here, you can just save this. And so that is how you're going to control your base price and any price breaks. Just remember, this is going to be the price for the white garments. Now, if you have a certain brand or certain styles that the manufacturers and distributors don't charge separately for colored garments versus white garments, then when you import it, you'll see that there won't be any difference here in cost between the colors. So that's how you're going to control that. Let me take you and show you how to control your print process pricing. And then we're going to come back and touch on a couple of other things on this page. All right, so we're going to go to Web2ink. We're going to choose Print Process. Now right here, this is blank. So when you first get to it, it's going to say Create a new print process. If you click that drop down, it'll have all your existing print processes. So for now, let's just create a new print process. So I'm going to call this screen printing. And you can put in a description here if you'd like. Right here, you're going to choose how many colors of ink you're able to print. So let's say that we have 10 station 8 color press. I'm just going to put this at 7. That way, if you have dark garments, it's going to give you a free station to do your flashing. So I'll leave that at 7. And then right here, similar to what we did on the product pricing, we're just going to add a new row for each price break. We're going to go 12, 24, 48, and 1,000. So once you have your quantity set, this first section of 3 columns is going to be one-time charges. So flat design, this is going to be if you have a flat rate charge that is incurred on all your orders, say a $10 design charge or a $20 design charge. You could put that in here. If it varies with the quantity, then you'll want to fill it out in each one of these sections. If it doesn't vary, you can just fill it out on the top section and it will carry through to all the quantities. This second column is going to be any charges that you have per side of your t-shirt or whatever type of apparel you're printing. Not too many people use this, but it's certainly there if you have an instance where you need it. The color setup, this is basically going to be your screen charges. So let's say you charge $25 a screen. We can just put this in each one of these, and the reason I'm doing that is because when I get to a certain point here, say 288, we're going to say from here on out the screens are free. So I'm just going to leave this at 0. So if somebody orders 287 shirts with a one color print, they're going to pay the $25 screen charge. If they order 288 shirts with a one color print, there won't be a screen charge. This section in the middle, this is going to be where you control your per piece prices for your printing. And it's very similar. So you have a flat rate charge. If that applies, then you would put that in. Same thing here. This is the per designed side. So if you have any special charges per side, you can put it in here. And then the rest of this is your actual per piece printing prices. So if we're talking about screen printing, that's a very particular type of printing where each color increases the price and there's setup charges associated with each color. So there's two ways to build out your screen printing price grid. If you have pricing that is mathematically sound in the way that you have an initial charge and then each additional color is a set rate, you could use first color and additional color. So say for 12 pieces, we charge $5 for the first color and $2.50 for each additional color. And then maybe for 24, we're charging 4 and 2. For 48, we might charge 3 and $1.50. For 72, maybe we're at $2.50 and $1.25. 144, we might be at $2.25 and $1. And we'll say $2.75. One thing to note is if you're typing in values that are less than $1, you're going to want to go 0.75. Let's say this is $1.50. This is 50 cents. This might be $1. This might be 35 cents. So this is the charge for the first color per location. This is the additional charge per additional color. Now, if you have a 4-color print, you're going to pay $5 for that first color, $2.50 for each additional color, and our system is going to take those 4 screen charges and mix them into the price of the item, so that all that your customer sees is one set per piece price. So I'm going to get rid of all this right quick. Okay. Now let's say, for example, if your printing prices aren't mathematically sound in the way that each color adds the same amount of money. So you can build out an entirely custom price grid using this per color column. So let's talk about the 12-piece quantity. We would click right here, and this is your cost for the first side. So you might say one color of ink is $5, then maybe $4.28, $4.15. There's no rhyme or reason to it mathematically, but you're able to just put in whatever values you want. And you can just continue to fill this out. if you have some sort of a discount for printing on the other side of the garment, like say you charge one rate for your first location and a discounted rate for your second location, you can control that here with this additional side column. So that is how you're going to control your per piece screen printing prices. This next section, this is team order. So in here, you're going to put in your charge for names and numbers. So let's say we charge $6 for names and $6 for numbers. You can put this in here and just let it carry through. Not too many people do, but if you charge if you discount your names and numbers for larger quantities, you can do the same thing you did here with the screens or with any of the print charges and just put in the discounted prices as the quantity goes higher. Right here, additional side discount. This is, say if you just have a flat discount for the next side. With this, you're putting in specific prices for the second location printing. But say you just want to say, okay, well, the additional side is 20% cheaper than the first side. You could just put a 20 in here. And again, if you want to scale that with quantity, you can just put in different values for each level. So let's talk about this section here where it says square inch. What this is this is where you can adjust your pricing based on the size of the print. So what I'm going to show you here is how this works and what we use it for, which usually is embroidery, or sometimes DTG people use it so they can charge more for, say, a left chest as opposed to, like a full front. Looks like this website doesn't have embroidery as an option. So let me jump to another one that does. Let's see here. All right, I'm not logged into this website. Let's see here. Okay, let's go back. I'm just going to go right back to where we were. Okay. So we're on that same screen. I just logged into a different test site. So I'm going to go to embroidery here and kind of explain the embroidery pricing. You've got the same thing here, your price breaks. Typically for flat design, what people are doing for embroidery is they'll put in their fee for the digitizing here. And then another thing with embroidery, you always want to make sure that you put in the correct number of colors. So if you have embroidery equipment that holds 15 cones of thread, you might put 15 in here. If you have an embroidery machine that holds 9 cones, you could put 9 in here. So back down to here, these are the one-time charges. This is usually the digitizing fee. And these are the per piece charges. So what most people are doing is they're putting in on the per designed side, they're putting in their cost for their initial amount of stitches. So let's just say 5,000 stitches. This is the initial cost for the first 5,000 stitches for their corresponding quantities. This per square inch price, this is going to be the increase in price as they enlarge that design on the item. So say if you're doing a hat and it has a small logo down in the corner, that might be 5,000 stitches, that customer would pay this $8. Say they take that same design and stretch it out to cover the whole front of the hat, then as they stretch it, each square inch that their design is increased, it's going to add $2 to the cost of the print. So that's how you can control your print pricing based on the size of the actual print. Okay, let's take a look at the print pricing back on the product page. There's a couple more things I'm going to show you there. Let's go back to t-shirts. Oops, filter. Oh, I'm off of the, my bad, I'm off of the webs. I've changed websites to show you the embroidery pricing. Let's go back to the main website that we were using. We'll select t-shirts and we'll go back to that same product, the Ultra Cotton t-shirt. So we've covered how to set your print pricing, and we've covered how to control your product's base price. So whenever you create a print process, you're going to want to go through your products and assign whatever print processes that particular product can receive. So this Ultra Cotton t-shirt, for right now, it's set up for only screen printing. If I wanted to add DTG, I could click there and just update the product. What we're going to talk about now are the product add-ons. So these are like additional charges that you might have associated with your products. You don't see too many of them with t-shirts. You see a lot of them with large format products and a lot of them with paper products. But we'll go over them here on the t-shirt products. So the way that this works is it's basically a 1, 2, 3 scenario where you're going to create a product, you're going to name it, you're going to add the variables, you're going to name them, and then you're going to add any associated costs to those variables. So let's take a look at one that I've already done. We have individually bagged. So I've created this. I've created the options, which are no and yes. For example, if I select no here, you'll see there's no data right here. If I select yes, you're going to see that there's a price here for that service. So individually folding and bagging these t-shirts, we're charging 50 cents. I only have a quantity of 12 in here because I don't offer price breaks on that service as the quantity increases. Say I did offer price breaks on that, I could just add a couple more rows and say, okay, well, if you're getting 100 of them, it's 40 cents. If you're getting 1,000, it's going to be 25 cents. And then I can just save those prices. So let me show you how to add a new one. I'm going to say add new add-on. I'm going to go right here and I'm going to give it a name. We'll say additional high-res proof. Then I'm going to add an option. I'm going to go right here and type no. I'm going to add another option. And I'm going to go here and type yes. On the yes variable, I want to assign a price to that. So I'm just going to click add new row. And let's say for a quantity of 12, this extra proof is $25. Let's say for a quantity of 100, it's $15. And let's say if your customer orders over 1,000 shirts, then they get this high-res proof for free. And we'll save that. So that's how you're going to add product add-ons and different options when you're pricing your apparel products. So let's take a look at this. I'm just going to click update just to make sure I saved it. Then right here on the top of this product page, this is going to be a link to the product. This is going to be a link to the product preloaded in the design tool. So I'm just going to open this. Then I'm going to click on Get Price. So you can see, you can select your quantity, your colors. Before we made an adjustment, there was only these two options, the neck tags and the bagged. Now we have an additional option for the high-res proof. So let's say we're getting 250 shirts in cardinal red. We want let's say we do want a one color screen print on the inside. Let's say we do want them bagged. Let's say we do want the proof. Let's say we're doing no names, no numbers, and we're going 4 colors, 5 colors on the front, 2 on the back, well, 3 on the back, with no names and numbers. So you can see the price that it's displaying here for us. We've got $27.06 per item. If I were to change this to no, you're going to see that price dip down. If I change this to no, you're going to see the price dip a little bit more. And if I change this to no, you're going to see the price dip quite a bit. I actually set this high-res proof. I did the pricing wrong for this. I just did a $25 charge, so it's adding $25 to each item. So let's jump back and fix that right quick. So let's say we're right over here. Additional high-res proof. Yes. Yes. And so what I've got here is 12 pieces. It's going to add $25 to each piece. I obviously don't want it to do that. So what I'm going to do in this instance, I'm just going to say 25 divided by 12. That'll be $2.08 each. And you can do the same thing here. 0.25, and then it wouldn't even apply there. So now we can go back to this page. I'm going to do a refresh. Let's check it out now. We'll do the same scenario. Oops. 250 shirts. And I forgot what we chose. We'll just say cherry red. Inside neck tags, yes, yes, yes. 5 on the front, no names. No names on the back. And we'll do 3 on the back. $12.31 per item. Now if I were to turn this off to no, you're going to see it's having very little effect on the price. But that difference per shirt for 250 shirts is going to equal the amount you're wanting to charge for that additional high-res proof. So that's a kind of a quick overview of how you're going to control your apparel pricing. I think I am going to break this up into 3 separate videos, so I'm going to call it quits here. And in the next video, we'll talk about the large format pricing, where you can control your pricing through per square foot pricing or square inch pricing. So I'll see you guys at the next video. Thanks very much. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.